Let's have a look at family input and displays and see how it all works together. This is Grace Crèche. This is their family input. As you can see, there's highlights on their weekend sheets. So their weekend sheets say, please tell us what you've been doing on the weekend or the days before. No matter how exciting or not so exciting, everything you do with children interests them, and we build our curriculum based on that to start with. We also get sibling input and also grandparent input because grandparents have got more time. But the big secret is you must display this family input up on the board and highlight how you use it. So here's their display just outside their room. They have a folder for their family input, which they place in after they've used for the week. And look at this folder. This is family input for just 3 months, from January to March. It's absolutely amazing. Now here's the big secret. They do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday wall, and everything goes up on the wall. So their learning stories, which are the equivalent of their observations, evaluations, and follow-up all in one. If you're a parent and you come in and see this wall growing from Monday to Tuesday to Thursday, you can see that things are actually happening within the room. Why I like the wall is because all people can look at it at once, not like a day book where if one person's looking at it, another parent won't be game enough to, push them off and have a look. It makes them feel uncomfortable. Also, with the wall, they leave a little bit of Friday up to build on Monday. Like I said, highlight the weekend sheets from the parents, because if you're a parent and you see your weekend sheet highlighted, then you know that the educators have actually used it. How many times have we received forms back from parents and the parent doesn't know how we use it? So this really makes the learning visible, just like the early years says. It's like a day book in reverse. You display it first, then you put it in the book. So have a look at this presentation. There's nothing typed. It's all done on the day. Nothing goes home. It's absolutely wonderful. This is what I mean by a day book in reverse. At the end of the week on a Friday, they pull down most of the wall and then put it into their learning story book. Here's an example of their book, a learning story, handwritten with the photos. Takes no time. They do it with the children. And here's a baby version. On their weekend, they went to the beach, so they pulled out the sand and the sensory part to it, and all the children were involved, and up it goes. So have some fun with it. Don't get caught up on computers. Get caught up in the moment with the children. Work out how you can write it together. This is one of my all-time favourites. Today, Miss Felicity asked Jack about his weekend away. I asked Jack about the kite his mum had bought him. It was very windy, said Jack. It flew very high. Miss Felicity asked if he'd like to make a kite, and Jack, of course, yes, yes, yes. Why I love this is because how hard is it to get boys to the craft table? Well, Jack comes running over, all excited. And the other factor, which is really amazing to this, is all the other children become involved. So that's a part of the program or the curriculum straight away. But then Jack asked the best question: where does wind come from? And Miss Felicity had no idea. And instead of saying, well, I don't know, and just moving them on, she had to learn something. So that's when you know when you're really doing it well with the early years learning framework, is when children are teaching you something. This is their baby's room. In the baby's room, this is the end of the week. I couldn't get in front of it because it was a hallway. But look how much work's actually happening within the baby's room. When I was at this centre, a mother was there with a friend. Her child wasn't even in the centre that day. She just wanted to show her friend how much wonderful work the educators are doing at this service. So getting parents involved, one of the big key secrets is definitely the display of your curriculum and showing them how it's growing every day, and getting that family input, highlighting it and showing what you've used out of the family input to start growing and building upon the curriculum. This is a daily planning sheet that we use at Centre Support. Created the symbols so we know where ideas come from. Is it a child's idea? Is it an intentional teaching idea? Does it come from the family input? Is it a group of children? Is it extended? Is it indoor? Is it outdoor? It's a great sheet to capture what's happening and how to plan into the future in the coming days. This is their 4 to 5 room. It's just wonderful and rich. Every time I go to this centre, I keep on walking out just saying the words such as rich. So for example, wonderful word walls. And here's some more word walls. Just really making the whole environment rich with literacy. This is also the 4 to 5s. Look what we found on the weekend, which they're nowhere near the baby's room, so that's why they can have plastic. They're in a separate building, still within the same centre. But look what we found on the weekend. The children bring in what they've found and they bag it and they add it to their nature wall. This next section in the 4 to 5s is more family input. They're big, huge posters all about their child, what they're good at, what they've been doing, all the fun things. Parents are competitive, so it's just growing and growing and growing and growing. And a part of this wonderful family input at this centre, it's up in Queensland on the beach. So family brought in jellyfish. So then that turned into a jellyfish explosion that turned into an underwater explosion and decorating all parts of the service. And as all 4-year-olds who are under the water will eventually get to pirates. So off they went in a different way with their pirates. Now this is how you can get out of those ridiculous and stupid observation cycles. They put all the children's names down on a sheet. This is displayed. So when something occurs, such as a child's a part of a learning story or a part of a reflection, they just put a little date on it. So you'll soon see as the whole month progresses, every child has something that's occurring with them as a part of like an old school observation or a part of the learning story, and you're not going to miss out any child. Why you display it is because there's nothing negative up there. It's all a strength-based curriculum, and you're just seeing that the child has been looked at and a part of the curriculum.